Let's go ahead and stand up. So we'll find our space. You're gonna have your feet in that Pilates V right away, heels together, toes apart, and your arms are just by your sides. You're gonna roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Release any tension. And then let's just reverse those circles, bring them up, forward, and then back down. And then let's let those shoulders settle down into your back. You've lots of space around your neck. You're gonna roll your neck around just a little bit here, letting that ear go from one shoulder, chin to chest, and then other ear to other shoulder. And then we'll just bring that head right back on top of that spine. Let's take a nice big inhale, reach those arms up, and then exhale, scoop your belly and round your back all the way down to the ground. Find your forward fold. Let's hang here for a second, just a little bend in your knees. You're gonna shake your head no, and nod your head yes. Release any tension from that neck. And then take a nice big inhale, activate your arms so your biceps frame your ears. You're gonna scoop that belly and just restack your spine. Come all the way back up to standing, and then press your arms all the way down by your sides. Do it again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, scoop your belly, round your spine all the way down to the ground. Take a big inhale breath. And then exhale, keep those arms active. You're reaching out tall through those fingertips, rebuilding your spine, come up, and then pressing those arms right back down. One more time like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop it all the way forward. Head hangs nice and heavy. Inhale, reach out through those fingertips and rebuild your spine. Come all the way back up. And then press those arms all the way down by your sides. From here, we're just gonna go into a little releve with a serve the platter. So if you want light weights, grab them in your hands. Those heels are gonna lift up as those arms reach out. And then you're gonna lower your heels down as your elbows bend right back in by your side. So inhale, reach up and out. And then exhale on the way down so that you can really slow it down and exaggerate that squeeze of that booty. Feel like you're moving through molasses, nice and slow, nice and controlled. So you wanna make sure that as your heels come up, you're not letting them separate. You're working your booty, you're not just working your calves, and you're not just dumping into your ankle joints. And you're gonna feel that wrapping of your inner thighs and that wrapping of your booty cheeks as well here. So lifting up, reaching out, that chest stays open, making sure those shoulders do not hunch forward, and then resisting it on the way back down. Think about that belly starting to light up here. You're drawing your navel inwards and upwards. You're trying to get that energy to reach all the way out through the crown of that head. Let's just go for 5. Warming everything up here for 4. Knitting that rib cage. Make sure that rib cage is not popping open. 3 more. Shoulders stay down and out of those ears, just for 2. Okay, we're gonna hold the last one up. So find that balance. Keep those heels squeezed together. Lift them up, hold them there. Shoulders out of ears, and then just your arms. So still squeezing your heels, still wrapping your inner thighs, wrapping your booty cheeks. Feeling that heat there in those legs starting to build. You've got equal weight in all 10 of your toes. Lift that heart. Relax those shoulders. Let's go for 4. Looks really good. You guys got 3 more. Hang on just for 2. Okay, on the last one, we're gonna hold those arms out there. Bend your knees, slowly lowering your spine like you're sliding down an imaginary wall. And then straightening those legs. You wanna feel again like you wrap your inner thighs and your booty as you come up to the top. Inhale, bend. And then exhale, squeeze, zipper up those inner thighs and pull that belly button all the way out through the crown of your head. So all that energy is lifting upwards. Lift, wrapping, squeezing. Those heels never come apart. Letting those knees open up wide so you get that little stretch in those hips, and then those inner thighs have to work to zip those legs back together. Let's go just for 4. Heels stay lifted, find your balance. Good job, you guys. For 3. Shoulders melting out of those ears. Keep those arms up if you can. For 2, you can always bring your hands to your hips to modify. Okay, last one here. Let's bend those knees and hold it at the bottom. Just stay. Everyone can bring those hands down now. Shoulders out of ears. And then you're just going to give me that little tiny pulse. So as you pulse, you want to think of your knees reaching out towards the corners of the room. Again, opening up those hips, waking up those inner thighs a little bit more. Let's go just for 5, as you lower your heels, reach your arms up to the ceiling, round your spine all the way down into your forward fold. I'm gonna scoot over to my mat. You're gonna walk yourself out into a plank. So you walk out in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you're in your plank. Let me scoot back a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so again, inner thighs are zipping together. You're squeezing your booty. With that hinge coming from your ankles, the entire shape of your body is gonna drift forward, and then you're gonna hinge those ankles, reach those heels back, so the entire body hinges back. So you hinge forward and back, forward and back, just for 3. Last 2, you wanna feel those legs working just as much as when you were standing. Last 1, find center, pike those hips up, and then walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Use my towel. Let's round that spine, come all the way back up to standing, reach out through those fingertips, scoop that belly, all the way back up, lower those arms by your sides. Okay, from here, we're gonna step the feet out wider. So into that wide second position, heels are still turned in, toes are turned out, elbows bent by your sides, palms up. You're gonna bend your knees wide this time as your arms reach out to a T, and then you're gonna pull your elbows into your waist as you straighten those legs. Let's inhale to bend this time. Exhale to press, squeeze. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press, squeeze. So again, you wanna encourage those knees to open up super wide over those toes. That way you open up those hips, you wake up those inner thighs. And then as you come up, ground down through your heels. Feel your booty, and then imagine that you could still zip your inner thighs together. Find that magnet, use those adductors, squeeze those inner thighs in towards each other as you rise all the way back up. We still want that spine nice and upright, so remember you're sliding your back down a wall and up a wall. Trying not to let your chest go forward. Woo, keeping that little tuck in that tailbone. Let's go just for 3, inhale, bend. Exhale, press for 2. Okay, we're gonna hold this last one at the bottom. Stay low, hug the moon overhead, and then open up those arms. So keep that little tuck of that tailbone. Keep that chest lifted. That spine is upright. It's like you're up against a wall. Whew, knit those ribs. Make sure they're not flaring open. Shoulders stay down, even when those arms come up. Let's go for 4. You got it, you guys. Chin off that chest for 3. Last 2. Okay, last one here. Hold your arms overhead, relax those shoulders. We're gonna pick up those heels, so come up onto your tippy toes, and then lower those heels back down. Heels up, heels down. Keep those hips nice and low. Keep that chest nice and lifted, nice and open. Let's go for 4. Equal weight on all 10 toes for 3. You got it, you guys. Hang on for 2. Okay, we're gonna hold those heels up on this last one, and just give me that little tiny pulse. Down 1 inch, and up 1 inch. You are almost there. Let's go 5, 4, 3. Open those knees for 2, and 1. Come all the way up to lower those heels. Let your arms come down by your sides. Awesome work, you guys. From here, hands on your hips. We're gonna do an alternating curtsy lunge. So you're gonna take your right foot behind your left. Little crossover towards that left side of the mat. Bend both knees, and then come up. Find a squat and switch. Left leg steps across and behind the right, and then find center, find a little squat. Right foot across and behind, squat, left foot, little curtsy, and squat. So you're bending both knees as you find your curtsy, bending both knees as you find that squat, making sure your feet are parallel when you come to center. Keep your chest lifted. Make sure you don't start hunching forward. No rounding of those shoulders. And go at your own pace. It doesn't have to be quick. Make sure your knees are staying behind your toes. So as you bend your knees, you gotta sink your butt back and down. Almost there. So feeling again those inner thighs when you cross that leg over towards that opposite side of the mat. Think about magnetizing those inner thighs. Whew. Finding that little squeeze as you come down and up. And then think of those heels. You're trying to make little indents with your heels in the mat. Whew. In these 3 different positions. Let's go 5 more. We got it. Relax those shoulders. Last 4 here. Keep on breathing for 3, Last two each side. Whew. Okay, this is it. Last one to the right. Last one to the left. Find your squat in the middle and just hold it. Arms out if you can, shoulders down. Open that chest and just pulse those hips. Down and back. Down and back. Take a quick peek at those knees. Make sure that they're behind those toes. Lift your heart. Tuck your ribs in. Make sure they're not flaring. You're not arching your back. You have 5. Chin up that chest for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. And then again, I'm just gonna turn so you can see me. Let's go into our plank. You can keep your feet parallel. Round your spine, scoop your belly, walk out into your plank in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it here. Back again. Okay, from here, slow mountain climber. Pull your right knee in using your belly. Step it back. Pull your left knee in using your belly and step it back. Right knee in, back. Left knee in, back. Your upper body is strong. You're spreading your fingers. You're pressing the ground away. And then when you pull that knee into that chest, it's coming from that powerhouse. So scoop that belly button away from that thigh to make space for it to come in. And in. And in. Let's go for 5, 4. Oh, I'm sweating. For 3. Keep on breathing, you guys. 2. Okay, last one here. Bend those knees. Come into your little child's pose. Go ahead. Woo, towel off. And then come on up. We're just gonna have a seat. I'm gonna switch my weights onto my ankles. If you happen to have the same weights, feel free to do that too. If you don't, no worries. If you have back issues, I don't suggest wearing weights on your ankles. If you have a hard time keeping your back on the mat during ab work, skip it. It's not always better to do the more advanced version or harder version. Just because it's weighted doesn't mean it's harder, right? Okay, so we're gonna have a seat. Feet on the floor, knees bent, legs are zipped together. You can have your hands right at the back of your thighs for a little bit of support. You're gonna sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, scoop your belly, round your spine, and just roll yourself back until your arms are straight. So you're gonna be just a little bit behind your sacrum here, almost to where your lower back is on the mat. You're gonna hold it, take a big inhale, shoulders unshrug. Exhale, use your belly. So scoop your belly, keep your hands nice and soft, your arms relaxed. And just bend your elbows a little bit as you come back up and then sit back up nice and tall. Just warming up your core a little bit more here. Tuck your tailbone, scoop your belly, shoulders relaxed. You're gonna round your spine back until your arms are straight. And then you're gonna inhale, exhale, scoop that belly deeper. Don't just pull with your arms. Use your abs to come right back up. And then stack your spine, sit up super tall at the top, crown of the head to the ceiling. Let's do that 2 more times. Tuck your tail. Scoop and hollow out your abs. Keep your chest open. Make sure your shoulders are not hunching forward. And then inhale, exhale, scoop. Round it back in. Not pulling with the arms. Use your belly. Sit back up nice and tall. Okay, one last time, you guys. Tuck those hips under. Hollow out your abs. So think about that navel coming in deeper to that spine. Round it back till your arms are straight. Let's hold it here. Right arm comes up. Left arm comes up, you're gonna hold, unshrug the shoulders, and then from your belly, pulse it back an inch and up an inch. Just a little tiny pulse here. Making sure your shoulders are not starting to hike up. Collarbones are smiling open wide. Those fingers are squeezed together. Your arms are active. Let's go for 5. Think of that navel scooping in to lift you up. For 3, chin stays off the chest. For 2, okay, last one, we're gonna hold it back at that little shake zone, and then from here, open your right arm to the right and find a little twist. Follow that hand with your gaze. Exhale, hug it back in through center. Inhale, you're gonna open the left arm out to the left, follow that hand with your gaze. Exhale, hug it right back in through center, make your belly button scoop in deeper. Inhale, twist right as that right arm opens. Exhale, scoop that belly button in a little bit more. Inhale, twist left. Left arm reaches out. Exhale, hollow your belly in a little deeper. One more time each side. Make sure those knees are not shifting. Twisting right. Exhale, hug it in through center. Last time, twisting left. Exhale in through center, hold it here, shoulders unshrug, nice and slow. You're gonna tuck your tailbone even more and let your spine lower into that mat, one vertebra at a time. Your head's gonna come all the way down, and those arms are gonna stretch all the way back. You can even arch your back a little bit here, get a little stretch in that belly. Great job, you guys. Okay, let's do a little bit more core work. So we're gonna go ahead and bring those legs up into tabletop. So right leg comes up, left leg comes up. Your knees are over your hips. Your ankles are lifted in line with your knees. Arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, just go ahead and lift your chest, shoulders unshrug. You're pressing your arms down by your sides like you're pressing through molasses, firing up your back. And then you're gonna inhale, lower that back down with control. Exhale, curl up and press those arms down. Let that belly button scoop in deeper to that spine. And then inhale, lower it down. Find that resistance on the way down. Make sure you're not hunching the shoulders. You're not lifting just your head. You wanna really get your spine to curl up and over that rib cage. Your lower back should be pressed into the floor. We're gonna go just for 4 more here. Exhale, up and over. Lowering with control. You've got 3. Curling up, making sure your collarbones are smiling wide. Okay, just 2 more. Okay, we're gonna hold the last one up. Exhale, stay lifted. And then from your back, so think about the sides of your back here, you're gonna pump those arms. You inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So making those pumps nice and big here. Almost all the way up to those knees, almost all the way down to the floor. The rest of your body is not bouncing around. You're really controlling it with your back. Finding that breath. So you inhale for that full 5 pumps. You exhale for that full 5 pumps. You're trying to get that belly button to sink deeper as you exhale. Inhale for 5. And exhale for 5. We've got 3 more big breaths. In for 5. And out for 5. Last 2 here, you guys got it. Keep that lower back pressed into that mat. Big breath, last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, freeze. We're gonna grab a hold of those shins. If you need to put your head down for a second, go for it, that's okay. Unshrug your shoulders. We're going right into double leg stretch. So as you inhale, your legs extend out in front of you as the arms extend back behind you. You're gonna circle the arms and hug those knees right back in. Inhale, reach it out, making sure your head does not fall backwards at all. Stay lifted. Exhale, circle it, hug it back in. Try to curl a little bit deeper. Let's just do 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle and hug. Last 2. Reach it out. Circle, hug it back in. Okay, last one. Reach it out. Circle, hug it back in, and then lower that head. Whew, all the way back down. Great job, you guys. We're gonna interlace those hands behind the head now. Elbows nice and wide. Lift those legs right back into tabletop. And then from here, again, you're just gonna exhale. Curl that chest up and over those ribs. And then inhale, lower it back down with control. Let's keep the elbows wide so that you're not overly pulling that chin towards that chest. You wanna keep a little apple-sized space between the 2. Again, lower back stays imprinted into that mat. Your pelvis should not be moving. Your legs should not be coming closer to your face. You're just curling up and over towards those legs. Let's go for 4 more. Again, think of that belly button like it's getting drilled into the mat for 3. We got it here, you guys, for 2. Okay, we're gonna hold this last one up, stay lifted, and then from here, hinging at your hip, you're gonna tap your right toes to the mat. Exhale, lift that leg back up, and then switch. Left toes tap, exhale, bring it back up. So you're not straightening the knee, you're hinging from the hip joint. The whole shape taps down to the ground, and then comes back up, and then you alternate. Left leg down, exhale, lift it up. 1 more on the right, using that belly to lift that leg back up. Last one on the left. Belly does the work to bring that leg up. You hold, you squeeze your inner thighs. We're gonna go heels together, toes apart. As you inhale, extend your legs. Think again like you're wrapping those inner thighs like when we were standing. And then when you bend your knees, exhale, peel those inner thighs apart. Use your belly to pull those knees in towards those elbows. Inhale, reach those legs out. And then exhale, drag those knees right back in. So you want to think inner thighs, squeeze on the way out, and then resist as they separate on the way back in. For 3. Lower back stays on that mat. Make sure it's not arching. You got 2 more. Open up your chest. Okay, last one here, you guys. Reach. Pull it all the way back in. Hold it. You're going to zip those thighs together. Extend the left leg. Twist to the right. And then switch to the left. To the right. And to the left. Little crisscross here to finish off this little ab series. Elbows wider. Steady your hips. Just twisting that upper torso. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax it. Whew, all the way down. Great job, you guys. Let's go ahead and sit up. We're going to flip over. Let's do the right leg first. So we're going to lie down on that left side. Go ahead and just extend your entire body here. Whew, relax your shoulders out of those ears. Let your spine line up with the back edge of the mat, and then bring your legs just a little bit in front of you, so kind of that little 45-degree angle. You're going to activate your bottom leg, press it into the ground, so think of the knife edge of that foot to peel up that left side of your waist. You feel your oblique turning on, and then all you're going to do is lift that right leg up and lower it back down. I'm going to point to lift and flex to lower. As your leg comes up and down, you want to keep this little space underneath the left side of your body, and you want to keep your hips nice and stable. If you need a little bit more support, tent your right fingertips onto the ground. Use that hand as a kickstand. A little up and down with that leg. You're going to start to feel the side booty turn on and wake up. We got it for 5. Whew. For 4, keep that little space under your side. Don't lose it. For 3. Last 2. Okay, we're going to hold that leg a little bit higher than hip height here and just pulse it up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. You can flex or point your foot. Make sure you feel your booty, not your ankle, not your knee, not your quad. If you're feeling any of those, just shake your leg out a little bit and keep on pulsing. For 5, for 4, last 3. Last 2, okay, you're going to hold that leg lifted pretty high on 1. You're going to need your right hand on the ground as a kickstand. You're going to lift your left leg to meet the right and then lower it back down. So just the bottom leg lifts up and lowers down. That right leg is still lifted. You should be feeling that side booty burning, but we're starting to engage that left inner thigh a little bit more. So you lift from the top of the thigh. You make sure you're not just kicking that foot up and down. Let's go for 4 more. Lift it, relax those shoulders. For 3, steady those hips. For 2, okay, last one. Hold it up here. Try to lift your legs a little bit higher. For 3, for 2, and 1. Extend both arms and just lift your head. We gotta do a few teasers because it is Teaser Tuesday. You're gonna roll over onto your back. You're gonna use your belly to pick everything up. Legs, arms, chest. And then you're going to slowly unravel, lower back down, and flip over onto that left side without crashing. Do it again. Twist onto your back first, and then peel everything up and around that belly button. Lift that heart, lift those legs, reach through the fingers and toes, and then unravel it, roll back down, and slowly rotate onto your left side. We're just going to do 1 more. The trick is to keep your legs super active. Never let your toes touch the ground as you twist onto your back and then lift up into your teaser. Relax those shoulders. Roll back down, but squeeze your booty. Your legs stay active. They're your counterbalance. As you twist, you reach out through your toes. You find that left side again. And then you take a second, lower everything down. We're going to bend that top knee and place that right foot on the floor with your right toes pointing down at your left foot. Peel up that left side of your waist again. Okay, and then from here, all you're gonna do is lift that left leg up and down. So focusing on that inner thigh now. Your right foot is pressing into the ground. You're trying to keep your knee pointing up towards the ceiling. And then as you lift that left leg, again, you're lifting from the top of your thigh. You're not just kicking that foot with momentum. So you want to really squeeze, lift from that adductor. Think about where your leg attaches into your pelvis. Lift from there. Whew. These always get me. Steady that pelvis again. Make sure your hips are not rocking forward and back. Use your abs and use your hand. Don't be afraid to use that hand as a kickstand. Let's go for 4. Chin stays off the chest. It's tempting to look at your feet. For 3. Last 2. Hold it up on this last one and just draw me a little tiny circle here, up and around. Up and around. Little squeezes right at the top of that thigh again. Lifting that leg as you circle for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's reverse. Other way. Up and around. Up and around. Whew. Left inner thigh really starting to burn. We got one more thing to do. In 3, in 2, and 1. You're going to point your left toes, lift the leg, lower it down, and then with a flexed foot, lift the leg, lower it down. So point, lift, lower, flex, lift, lower. Point, lift, lower, flex, lift, lower for 5. Almost there. 1 of each. 4. 1 pointed, 1 flexed foot for 3. Woo. It's burning for 2. Last one, you guys. Point, lower, flex, lower, release. Straighten out that leg. You can put out the fire in that right butt cheek. And then we're going to flip over onto our bellies. Get a little bit of back extension here. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a little goalpost with those arms. Lower your head all the way to the mat. Let's separate the legs for this one. So nice wide legs, about as wide as your mat. As you inhale, you're going to lift the arms, lift the chest, lift the legs, and then exhale, lower everything back down. So you want to think about your back muscles and your booty here as you lift everything up and lower everything back down. Think about your belly button staying off of the floor. As you lift, you suck that belly button in so you're still engaging your core, and then you lower with control. You want to imagine your shoulder blades peeling back over an imaginary shelf, and then lowering back down. So you feel that little zing right at your bra line. Lift, and exhale, lower, and then squeeze your booty right at that smile, right where the hammies and the glutes connect. For 3, keep that neck nice and long. Your gaze is down. For 2, making sure you're not just flinging your head up. Lift your entire back here. Okay, last one. Lift. Hold it up. You're going to straighten your arms and zip your inner thighs. So again, inner thighs, zip them together, peel them apart as your elbows bend into that goalpost. Reach out and squeeze those inner thighs together. Find that little magnet. Peel them apart like they got stuck as you bend your elbows. For 3. Last 2. Lots of adductor work today. Last one. Woo. Lower everything back down. And then go ahead and just press back. Take a quick little child's pose. That's it for now. We're going to do the other leg, or legs, I should say. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit more back extension on the other side of that. We're almost done. All right, so you're all the way down on your side. I think I need to move my mat this way a little bit. I keep cutting my head off. Okay, so lengthen your entire body. Your spine is lined up with the back of your mat. Your legs are straight and at that slight 45-degree angle in front of you. Activate your bottom leg. Press the knife edge, the baby toe edge of the foot into the ground to peel up that right side of your waist. Find that space and then point the left toes, lift the leg, flex the foot to lower. Point to lift, flex to lower. So first we're working the side booty, glute medius on that left leg, that top leg. We'll get into that right inner thigh next. Relax those shoulders, open up that chest. Again, keep that little space under that waist here. Hips are stable, they're not rocking. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna hold that leg pretty high, a little bit higher than your hip, and just pulse it up an inch, down an inch. So again, from that side booty, try not to let it come from your quad. Maybe shake out that leg a little bit if you're just feeling the quad or the ankle or knee joints. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Now that top leg does not drop at all. Your lower leg comes up to meet it and then relaxes back down to the ground. Lift it up and lower it down. Avoid letting your hips rock backwards. Keep that pelvis really stable. And then again, you're lifting from the top of that right thigh, right where that leg attaches to your pelvis. Lift from there for 5 more. No momentum, no kicking. You got just 3. Last 2. Okay, we're gonna hold it up on this last one. Just hold it, stay lifted, lift, lift, lift. Squeeze those inner thighs for 3, for 2, and 1. You can lower the legs a little bit, but keep them active. Point your toes, squeeze your booty, extend your arms overhead. We're gonna rotate onto the back, and then lift up. Find your teaser, ta-da! And then unravel, keep your legs active, squeeze your booty, and rotate right back on to that right side with control. 2 more times here. Twist onto your back. Start to peel everything up around that belly button. Chest up, shoulders out of ears. And then lower that down. Those legs are your counterbalance, so you gotta keep working them. Never let them crash into the floor. Woo. One more time. Twist. Teaser up. And then roll back down. Good job, you guys. Onto that side. Ooh, you can relax your legs for a moment. We're gonna bend that top knee. Place the left foot on the floor and kind of point your toes down towards your right foot so that opens up your knee a little bit more. It should feel kind of nice, like a little stretch for that side booty that you just worked. Again, space underneath that right side of your waist. Open up your chest. Tent your fingertips if you need a little support. And then you're lifting that right leg up and lowering it down from the top of the thighs. So remember, no kicking. Doesn't matter how high your leg comes up, but if you really focus on lifting it from the correct place, that adductor, you're gonna feel that inner thigh a lot more. So a little up and down, a little up and down. Keep it going here. Try to get those shoulders out of your ears, especially that left shoulder. It's gonna try to creep forward and up. Roll it back and down. Let's go for 3. Last 2. You guys look awesome. Stay strong. Last one. Hold it up and draw me that little circle. So you're still trying to lift that leg a little bit as you circle up and around. Up and around. Steady those hips. Use your core. A little bit of support with that left hand. Let's go for 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse. Other way. Up and around. One more thing to do for this inner thigh. Woo. We're going to finish it off on our bellies again. In 3. In 2, hold it up on 1. So now you're going to point, lift the leg, lower it down, flex the foot, lift the leg, lower it down. So lift with a pointed foot, and then lift with a flexed foot. Lift with a point, lift with a flex. Let's go 5. Whew. Last 4 of each. Last 3. Feeling that inner thigh burning for 2. Okay, last one. Pointed foot and flexed foot. Lower it all the way down. Release. Flip over onto your belly. One more time. All right, legs are straight back. This time I want those inner thighs as close together as your lower back allows. Arms are straight out in front of you. You're gonna inhale, lift everything up again. Exhale, lower it all down. Keep that belly button off of the ground as you lift everything up and lower everything down. So working your back muscles, rolling your shoulder blades back over that imaginary shelf. So you feel that little zing at your mid-back, those thoracic extensors. Don't forget to keep your tummy pulled in tight. Lift that navel off of the floor. Let's go 3 more. Neck stays long, no flinging that head back. For 2. Okay, on this last one, we hold it up and just swim it up. Flutter kick those arms and legs. So inner thighs really hugging inwards. Arms are plugged into your back. Everything's moving with control for 8, 7, 6. Lengthen your neck for 4. Lift that chest. 3, 2, and 1. Press all the way back. Whew. Good job. Take your little child's pose here. Nice job, you guys. From there, you're just gonna tuck your toes. Ooh, we're gonna come up into that little downward facing dog position and just kind of pedal out your legs here. Okay, and then from here, you're gonna walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Let your head hang heavy for a second. Take an inhale, and then exhale, just rebuild your spine. Come all the way back up, arms stack up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna face you. We're gonna grab a hold of that left wrist with that right hand, and then side bend over to the right. It should feel really good. Let your hips reach out to the left. Give that arm a gentle tug. See if you can really stretch that entire left side of your body. You might even feel it all the way down into your hip there. Come back up, switch, grab that right wrist, side bend over to the left. Let your hips reach open to the right. bend into that goalpost. Lift your chest, find a little bit of a back bend again here. And then reach your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, take one more forward fold. All the way down. Release any tension. Shake it out if you want to grab your elbows. Sway side to side. Go for it. And then let your arms dangle. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, you're going to let your arms be heavy and just rebuild your spine. Ooh, head is the last thing to come up. Once you're up, roll your shoulders up, back, and anchor them down. And okay, you guys are all done. Awesome job. I will